zakat to those organizations?
Okay,
Yes.
thank you very much. Ustaz will answer your question.
Yes, you can give your zakat to those organizations, provided that they will definitely, genuinely make this zakat available for the poor.
And they are Muslim?
They are, of course, Muslim organizations, and you know, they give it to the poor. Whether they give it in the form of development projects or in the form of aid or whatever, but we must make sure that they give the zakat to them. Not what people do today. Many organizations in modern time, that when money is available to the organization, more than half of the money end up in the pockets of few individuals. If the organization is that type, you better not to give it to them. So in this case, you will be advised to give it to individual needy people, because the most important thing is for you to meet the objective, the Sharia objective, the socio-economic objective, where zakat will be given.
Okay.
And and that is to rescue, to empower,
to enhance the living condition of people.
Condition of people.
Okay.
So whether you give it through organizations or individual, they're all the same.
We have another call again. Assalamu alaikum, caller. Assalamu alaikum. It seems we've...
But let me add something to my answer to this question. Also, even if you give the zakat to people, to corrupt people, individuals, who, you know, misappropriate the money, that will not spoil your duty, your act of ibadah. So in other words, the obligation has been fulfilled for you.
Okay.
It is not your responsibility. That will be not the responsibility of the people who misappropriate the money.
Okay, let's take this call. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Can you please reduce your volume a bit?
Okay, let me go.
Okay.
Far from. Okay, my question is that I want to find out, as a salary earner, without savings, and yet have the intention to give out zakat.
Okay.
How can I try to work it out over time in a year?
Okay, but
And
you
who
don't
should
have,
I give it to?
you are not saving that money you receive every month.
The salary.
No, I'm not saving, although I receive salary every month.
Okay, thank you very much.
But I don't have.
You finish the salary
enough
before
to
the end of the
save.
month.
Okay.
What he's saying is, sorry. Hello?
Hello?
Yes. What he's asking is, do you finish eating that money before the other month arrives?
Yes, even should there happen to be any balance, it is very insignificant.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. You see, for you,
Thank you.
For you, as far as your salary is concerned, you are not zakat is not due on you, because the basic condition is that you must have some money in your savings. The money must not be less than 14,875 in your savings, and it must not spend. It must stay in the account for 1 year.
You haven't touched it for a
You
year.
haven't touched it for a full year.
Yeah.
You understand? But let's say if you keep it in the account, after 6 months, you take 3,000, and now it drops from 14,875. Then 2 months later, you come to complete it. When you come to complete it, you start counting again, afresh. So in other words, if like you start saving the money in January,
Okay.
sometime in June, you took out 3,000. In September, you complete it again to the taxable amount. So you start counting now from September, not January.
Okay.
So in this case, your situation is the situation of many of us in this country. But the salary, the moment the salary comes, whether in the first week or second week, you finish the salary. So as far as your salary is concerned, you are not supposed to give zakat. It's not, you are not obliged, unless you have another money, like you are running your own private business, or there was money you inherited from your father or your parents, or there's money that was given to you as a gift, which you are keeping elsewhere, and it is now 1 year in your account. Then in this case, or if you are not keeping it in the account, you keep it elsewhere, but it's being kept for you for 1 year, and it's within your hands, that money you can give as zakat. But otherwise, there's no zakat. Wallahu alam.
Okay. What I was asking earlier was, now you have this 10,000 to give out as zakat. Do I need to give it 1,000 to this
Yes, yes.
or should I give it all to one person, let him start business and be rich, so next year he can also give out zakat? Which way do you think? Also, could I cook food and
Yeah, I think this is a situation for which you can hardly give a hard and fast answer.
Okay, sorry, let's take this caller before we answer the question. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Bismillah.
Hello?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How are you?
Naam.
I have a question.
Okay, you're welcome.
That is, if for example you are saving money, every month
Mm.
you save $1,000
Okay.
from your salary.
Mm-hmm.
Every month you save $1,000 from your salary.
Okay.
You know, if you save it this month, so can you give out Jaga from that amount?
Yeah. If you were listening to Ustaz, I think that if you continue keep on saving until it gets to 14,875, then you can give out zakat.
And
If
then,
not,
So, but what, for example, when you are taking every month $1,000 for 3 years,
for how many years?
for 3 years,
For 3 years, yes, of course.
Yes.
so can you remember the year when or the month in which
he has ranked off.
he reached 14,875? You see, it is a good question that you are making, this issue that you are raising here. But again, it is you have to understand it very clearly that there is a taxable amount.
Okay.
Unless you get that amount, zakat doesn't become due. And getting the amount, the taxable amount alone is not enough. Also, there must be a fully must have expired from the very moment or the very day you get the taxable amount. So somebody who keeps, who saves $1,000 every month. So which means that by January, let's say he begins in January. From the beginning of January up to December, that will be 12 months, 12,000. This 12,000 is still not taxable. So for the whole of that year, there is no zakat for you, as far as that particular saving is concerned. So you continue saving up to maybe sometime in May, you understand? So if by the time that you have saved for an amount up to, which is equivalent to 14,875, remember that period that you get this amount. Or when you get, let's say when you get 15,000, remember the time that you have 15,000 in your savings. That particular money you start counting now. So if you are saving the whole of 2011, you get $12,000 in your account. 2012, you continue saving up to June. It was in June 2012 that you get now 15,000 in your account. So it will be from June 2012 up to June 2013.
Yeah.
Then zakat becomes due now for you in June 2013. And when June 2013 comes, even if you have $1 million in your account, it doesn't matter when you get the $1 million. It doesn't matter when you get the 100,000. What is important is that a minimum of 14,875 was slipping in account for 1 year.
Okay.
The money has increased significantly. Whatever amount of money comes added to must be taxed, and you give it by the rate of at the rate of 2.5%.
Okay.
2.5%, and this 2.5% is what I interpreted as $5 out of every 200, or $25 out of every $1,000.
Okay. Now, Ustaz.
So what you are saying is not an important issue, Abu Bakr. And this is a question that you may not necessarily have to give one clear-cut answer. But it depends on, it can depend on so many factors. You know, to take $10,000 and to give it to one individual so that he can start business and enrich himself, or he becomes now somebody out of this poverty cycle. What guarantee do we have? Because the problem is money is a very difficult thing to control, and particularly the poor. See, you see, many of the poor people, because of the fact that they live in poverty, they have so many dreams. The moment they get the money, there is no guarantee they're going to invest the money in one project and try to develop it quickly. Yeah, it may be a good idea though.
It happens also.
Yeah, it happens, and it is not wrong. It's valid, Sharan. If you take everything and give it to somebody, it's okay. What is important is the person you give it to must be a deserving person. In so far as it's a deserving person, you have fulfilled the obligation. But ideally, the best thing would be for you to give to as many poor people as possible. But again, you should not run after giving to so many people if the amount you give is less than, in other words, cannot satisfy any basic need. Yes, if you can give 1,000, like you're saying, to each person, it's better. It's a good idea, because anybody will get 1,000, will get a bag of rice.
Yeah.
At least. At least for that month, he can be okay. And if you do that, another person does it, so many people do it in the community, then the poor people will be well taken care of. At least for 6 months, they'll be okay. You understand? So whether you give it to different people, or you collect all and give it to one person with the philosophy of taking him out of the poverty cycle, is, as far as the legality aspect of it is concerned, they're all the same. Okay. It will be valid. But of course, the best is to give it in a way that many people will benefit